Google just lost the AI video race to OpenAI. Or did they? Right now, if you compare VEO 3 and Sora 2 side by side, OpenAI is winning. Sora 2 generates long, cinematic clips, often 10 to 15 seconds and even above, with realistic physics, strong audio sync, and dialogue that actually matches lip movements. VEO 3 cuts off at 8 seconds. Characters morph between shots. Prompts get ignored. Reddit is not happy. One user wrote, VEO 3 is getting dated now in realism and physics. Another said, Google's too big to be nimble. But here's what nobody's talking about. VEO 4 is already in internal testing. Industry insiders claim it's targeting December 2025 release. And according to anonymous sources, it will be far above Sora 2 level. So today, I'm breaking down every leaked feature, every rumor, and whether Google can actually catch OpenAI or if they're already too late. And I will be pulling up AI Master Pro a few times during this breakdown. It's my go-to hub for staying current on these model updates and testing prompts across different tools. You will see why in a minute, but first, let's talk about where VEO 3 actually stands today. First, let's establish the baseline. Where does VEO 3 actually stand right now compared to Sora 2? VEO 3.1 can generate videos with synchronized audio, footsteps match movement, doors creak when they open. It handles complex prompts better than most competitors. You describe a scene and it delivers scene consistency across the 8-second window. Google's Video FX interface is clean and accessible. You don't need to write any code or touch the API. It's a web tool inside Google Labs that's steadily rolling out to more users. And VEO 3.1 made headlines with viral Bigfoot videos that fooled millions of people on TikTok. Time magazine covered the misinformation risk because the outputs looked that real. Google's ecosystem advantage is real too. VEO integrates with Google Drive, Photos, and Workspace. If you're already in the Google universe, the workflow is seamless. But here's where it breaks. VEO 3 caps out at 8 seconds. After 8 seconds, inconsistencies start appearing. Characters drift, objects disappear, lighting shifts. Reddit users have discussed this extensively. One comment, a whole 60-minute AI-generated film using 8-second clips is technically possible with enough editing, but it requires a significant amount of time and budget. Character consistency is another pain point. If you want the same character across multiple generations, you're out of luck. No face upload, no style continuity. Every generation is a roll of the dice. Prompt adherence is inconsistent. You ask for a specific camera angle, and VEO 3 might ignore it. You describe lighting, and it interprets it creatively, meaning wrong. Rendering time is slow, several minutes per clip. If you're iterating on a project, that wait time adds up fast. There's no timeline control, no multi-scene storyboarding. In the consumer tools, you still generate one 8-second clip at a time and hope for the best. Now compare that to Sora 2. OpenAI's model generates long clips, more than double VEO 3's duration. Physics are grounded. Objects respect gravity. Collisions look real. If a character walks through a scene, their footsteps land correctly and shadows move naturally. Audio sync is tight. Dialogue matches lip movements. Sound effects trigger at the right moment.
Board's ready, cameras on. Let's see if we can get a clean kickflip first try. Here we go. Yes, landed it. That felt so good.
Environmental audio adapts, echo in a tunnel, wind outdoors, silence in a closed room. Reddit is split. One user in RVO3 wrote, I think VEO 3.1 beats Sora 2 right now in all honesty. The reply? Not at all. Sora 2 is way better in animation, physics, and realism, but I expect VEO 4 to be better than Sora 2 or very close to being better. Another thread. With OpenAI limiting Sora 2 generations to free users, Google can pack OpenAI for good by releasing a new video model. The consensus? Sora 2 leads on realism and control. VEO 3 has ecosystem advantages, but both camps agree. VEO 4 needs to be a massive leap forward. But here's something I run into constantly when I'm working with AI-generated audio, screen recording, or even my own voiceovers. The sound isn't always clean. Background hum, echo, random noise from my mic setup. It's a mess. This is where Lalai comes in. They are sponsoring this video, but honestly, I've been using their platform for months because it solves a problem I have every single day. Let me show you. I recorded a quick test clip earlier, me explaining a concept with my air conditioner running in the background. All right, let me show you how this actually works. Not ideal. LLI has a suite of AI-powered audio tools. The one I use most is Voice Cleaner, removes background noise, echo, reverb, all automatically. But they also have a dedicated echo and reverb remover, which is perfect if you record it in a room with bad acoustics. I use both depending on the situation. Hit process takes about 10 seconds. All right, let me show you how this actually works. I'm gonna open the Gemini app right now, and we're going to run a few tests. Listen, before, you can hear the AC, room tone, slight echo. After, clean studio quality audio. No manual EQ, no complicated plugins, just one click. Now here's the crazy part. LLI also has stem splitter that separates audio into 10 different tracks. Vocals, drums, bass, piano, guitars, even background vocals. If you're editing music, podcasts, or video, this is a game changer. And they just released Andromeda, their new neural network that makes stem separation up to 40% faster, with cleaner results and fewer artifacts. If you create any kind of audio content, this tool will save you hours. They've got free trials, so you can test it yourself. Links in the description below. But now let's get back to the main thing. When is VEO 4 actually coming? Let's look at the evidence. VEO 2 launched in December 2024. VEO 3 launched in May 2025. That's a 5-month gap. If Google continued that pace, VEO 4 would have already been announced, which means the next realistic window moves directly to the end of the year. December also lines up with Google's previous timing. VEO 2 dropped in December, and many of the current leaks and industry predictions point to Google repeating that schedule. As of now, December 2025 remains the most likely target based on the pattern we've seen. There's still the alternative, May 2026 at Google I/O, which is always a major launch moment for Google's AI models. But that would create a longer than normal gap, and with competition heating up, it's unclear whether Google can afford to wait that long. Multiple industry blogs cite December 2025 as the most likely release date. Feed.io reported, industry rumors suggest that Google VEO 4 is currently in internal testing with a December launch target, with some sources claiming it will be far above Sora 2 level. Pipit.ai noted, some Reddit posts cite a claim that Sundar Pichai confirmed December for VEO 4 AI, but those sources are unverified. Overchat.ai added, OpenAI's Sora 2 already surpassed VEO 3 in quality, which might push Google to release sooner. Here's the reality. Sora 2 is live. It's winning in reviews. It's capturing market share. Every month Google waits is another month. OpenAI cements its lead. Google has been here before. They launched Gemini 1.5 faster than expected because GPT-4 was dominating. They iterated Bard into Gemini because ChatGPT was the default AI assistant. Competitive pressure accelerates Google's timeline. Always. If VEO 4 ships in December 2025, Google stays in the fight. If they delay to May 2026, Sora 2 gets 5 more months to iterate, improve, and own the narrative. My take? December 2025 is credible. The cadence supports it, the competition demands it, and the leaks are too consistent to ignore. Now let's walk through every rumored VEO 4 feature. I'll separate confirmed patterns from pure speculation and cite sources where possible. 15 to 30 second clip generation. The biggest upgrade everyone expects. Longer clips. VEO 3 caps at 8 seconds. VEO 4 will likely push this to 15-30 seconds, matching or exceeding Sora 2's capabilities. This isn't speculation. It's an industry standard expectation. Every AI video model is racing toward longer durations because 8 seconds isn't enough to tell a story. You can't build a narrative, show character development, or execute complex camera moves in 8 seconds. Overchat.ai reported, VEO 4 will likely push this to 15-30 seconds. Feed.io echoed, VEO 4 will likely increase video duration from 8 seconds to 15-30 seconds or more. If VEO 4 doesn't ship with 15-30 second clips, it's dead on arrival. This is table stakes. Multi-angle generation. This is the most visually striking rumored feature. Imagine typing one prompt and getting the same scene from multiple camera angles simultaneously. Pipit.ai described it. Generate scenes from multiple angles, different camera shots of that same moment. Overchat.ai and Feed.io confirmed VEO 4 might generate generate the same scene from multiple camera angles simultaneously. If this is real, it's a unique differentiator versus Sora 2. You'd go from single shot generation to multi-camera setups with one prompt. For filmmakers, that's a game changer. You could storyboard an entire scene in minutes instead of hours. But here's the catch. This is technically hard. Generating multiple consistent viewpoints of the same moment requires perfect spatial understanding, lighting consistency, and character coherence. If VEO4 pulls this off, it's revolutionary. If they ship it half-baked, it's a gimmick. Real-time editing during generation. This might be the most revolutionary claim. Rumor has it that VEO4 could allow you to modify videos while they're being generated. Adjust a shot on the fly, tweak lighting in real time, get instant previews. Pipit.ai reported, VEO4 Google is rumored to let you adjust things on the spot. Overchat.ai added, rumor has it that VEO4 could allow you to modify videos while they're being generated. Veed.io echoed, rumors suggest that VEO4 might introduce real-time video editing while generation is in progress. This would shift AI video from generate and hope to true co-creation. Instead of waiting 3 minutes for a render, seeing it's wrong, and starting over, you could steer the generation live. Argle.ai framed it as a requirement. Instead of generate and hope, creators should be able to work with the AI to co-create something. Imagine adjusting a shot or rewriting a scene live with instant previews. If this ships, it changes the workflow entirely. But I'm skeptical. Real-time editing during generation is computationally expensive. Google would need to solve latency, preview quality, and user interface challenges. This feels like a VEO5 feature, not VEO4, but the rumors are persistent enough to include it. Voice cloning and avatar insertion. This one matches Sora 2 parody. Upload a photo of your face. Upload a voice sample. Appear inside the generated video as a virtual version of yourself. Pipit.ai described it. VEO4 might allow you to upload a photo and voice sample and then appear inside the generated scene as a virtual version of yourself. Sora 2 already has this. If VEO4 doesn't ship with avatar insertion, it's a feature gap. Creators want personalized videos, educators want to appear in their tutorials, marketers want brand spokespeople in generated ads. This is a must-have. The voice cloning piece is equally important. Synced dialogue that sounds like you, no robotic TTS, natural intonation, emotional delivery. Argle.ai flagged this as a VEO3 weakness. Personalization was another problem. You couldn't add your own face, voice, or style to VEO videos. VEO4 needs to fix this. Improve temporal consistency. This is the pain point every creator complains about. Characters, lighting, and camera moves need to stay consistent throughout the entire clip. VEO3 struggles here. A character's face might shift between frames. Lighting might jump from day to night. Objects might disappear mid-scene. Pipit.ai reported, VEO4 AI is expected to strengthen temporal consistency, so characters, lighting, and camera moves stay the same throughout the clip. Overchat.ai echoed, VEO4 should maintain perfect consistency throughout the entire video. Veed.io added, VEO4 is expected to have better object permanence, smoother transitions between shots, and characters that remain visually coherent throughout entire sequences. The Turkish director case study from Hacker Noon illustrates the problem. Owner S. Biberkoku spent tens of thousands of dollars in VEO3 credits to create a music video. He described character consistency in VEO3 as a nightmare, requiring hybrid workflows and manual fixes. If VEO4 doesn't solve temporal consistency, professional creators won't adopt it. Simple as that. Better prompt understanding. VEO3 sometimes misses instructions. You ask for a specific camera angle and it ignores you. You describe nuanced cinematography and it interprets it wrong. Veed.io writes, VEO4 could potentially nail every instruction given, understanding nuanced cinematography requests. Pipit.ai described the mechanism. The model might break prompts into smaller parts: action, mood, motion, and timing. If VEO4 can parse complex prompts into structured subtasks, prompt adherence should improve dramatically. This is a trust issue. If creators can't trust the model to follow instructions, they'll switch to Sora 2. Improved audio synchronization. VEO3 already has basic audio sync. Footsteps match movement, doors creak, but environmental audio and dialogue timing need work. Google VEO4 might finally fix that. Footsteps matching characters character movement, echo that adapts to the environment, and natural voice timing, says Pipit.ai. Softlist.io added context. While VEO 3 can already synchronize audio to on-screen action, DeepMind is pushing toward natural sound and dialogue generation and dynamic soundscapes. If VEO 4 ships with true environmental audio adaptation, echo in tunnels, wind outdoors, muffled sound indoors, it closes the gap with Sora 2's audio capabilities. Commercial licensing. This is a business model feature, not a technical one, but it matters. Creators need to know they can legally use generated videos for business, advertising, and monetize content. VEO 4 AI may include a commercial usage license that lets you safely use your generated videos for business, advertising, or monetized content. If VEO 4 ships without clear commercial licensing, it's a non-starter for professionals. Sora 2's licensing is transparent. VEO 4 needs to match or exceed it. Gemini 3 integration potential. One more thing, while VEO 4 is the star, Google's Gemini 3.0 integration could be the hidden advantage. Imagine Gemini acting as a creative director, interpreting high-level goals, breaking them into shots, and calling VEO 4 to execute each one autonomously. For example, you type create a 90-second product demo, Gemini plans the shots, writes the prompts, calls VEO 4 repeatedly, sequences the clips, and adds transitions. You go from one high-level instruction to a finished video. This is agentic AI applied to video generation. Sora 2 doesn't have this. OpenAI's models are standalone tools. Google's ecosystem, Gemini 3 for reasoning, VEO 4 for execution, could turn video generation into automated storytelling. It's Google's long-term play. And speaking of ecosystems, AI Master Pro. Here's what's really cool. We're integrating direct access to tools like VEO, Nano Banana, Sora 2 Pro. Plus, there's the prompt creator, so you can learn and use AI in one place. With VEO 4, Sora 2, Gemini updates, new models dropping every week, it's honestly chaos trying to keep up. What I do is this. I keep AI Master Pro open on my second monitor. I've got the AI Master agent right here. It's trained on all the latest AI and tutorials, so I can literally ask it, what's the difference between VEO 3.1 and Sora 2's physics engine? And get an instant breakdown. But it's not just a chatbot. You also get access to the full AI Master method course, over 8 hours of lessons on how to actually build workflows with these tools, not just watch hype videos about them. If you are serious about actually using these tools, not just watching videos about them, check out AI Master Pro. Links below in the description right now. We're giving the first 1,000 members 24% off the annual subscription. So go ahead, just jump in. Longer videos mean higher costs. If VEO 4 really jumps to 30-second clips, the compute load increases dramatically. Overchat.ai notes that this could require up to 4 bars the power of VEO 3's 8-second generation. Community discussions already cite cost as a significant barrier for indie creators. If VEO 4 pricing is prohibitive, only big studios will use it. OpenAI's Sora 2 pricing is accessible. Google needs to match it. Not everyone is hyped about VEO 4, and Reddit has been especially skeptical. One Reddit user wrote, "Not hype for a VEO 4, especially how much censorship increased from VEO 2 to VEO 3 and now VEO 3.1. Another said, "Clearly still lagging Sora. Google's too big to be nimble." Google's size is a double-edged sword. They have resources and data, but they're slow, bureaucratic, risk-averse. OpenAI ships fast, iterates in public, and adapts to feedback. Google announces products at I/O and launches them months later. If VEO 4 is more censored than VEO 3, creative freedom suffers. If Google delays to May 2026, competitive momentum shifts permanently to OpenAI. Another major concern creators keep raising is long-form character consistency. VEO 3.1 improved stability, but long-form character consistency is still a major weak point. If VEO 4 doesn't deliver stable, repeatable characters across multiple generations, professional adoption stalls. You can't build a series, a campaign, or any narrative project if your protagonist changes every time you hit generate. There's also much bigger issue here, the misinformation problem. Time magazine investigated VEO 3 and found it could generate convincingly realistic fake news, riots, fabricated political events, misleading clips that spread instantly. Google added a visible watermark only after Time contacted them. Regulators are introducing AI labeling rules, but enforcement is inconsistent. TikTok requires labels, but creators rarely apply them because labels hurt performance. If VEO4 is even more realistic, the misinformation risk scales. Google needs robust watermarking, moderation tools, and transparent provenance tracking. If they don't, regulatory backlash could limit VEO4's distribution. That's the measured version of the risk. But if you look at the more pessimistic corners of Reddit, the tone gets much darker. One user wrote, "It's going to be the end of the goddamn world. You will never be able to believe anything you ever see online again. You'll have to place your trust in whatever channel you're watching, that they're real." Another added, "Misinformation everywhere. Video evidence will be reduced to rubble. It'll be a total information collapse." Others go even further, expressing fears that AI video tools could enable deepfakes so convincing that fake events, staged incidents, and fabricated news clips become nearly impossible to debunk at scale. Some argue models like this should not be public and need to be strictly regulated, because once the genie is out of the bottle, you can't put it back in. That's obviously a doom-heavy perspective, but it captures a real fear. If VEO4 makes ultra-realistic video cheap and fast, trust in anything you see online collapses. In that world, watermarking and provenance aren't just nice-to-have features. They're the only thing standing between creative freedom and total information chaos. And finally, the biggest strategic risk for Google is timing. If VEO4 ships in December 2025, Google stays competitive. If they delay to May 2026, Sora 2 has 5 more months to dominate the narrative, capture users, and iterate. Every month matters in AI. Delays kill momentum. So, here's my take. Where can VEO4 beat Sora 2? Google's massive dataset scale is real. VEO has access to YouTube's video library, Google Photos, and billions of indexed clips. That data advantage means better understanding of complex prompts, fewer visual artifacts, and richer scene variety. The YouTube integration pipeline is a distribution advantage Sora doesn't have. Imagine generating a video in VEO4 and publishing it directly to YouTube with one click. Metadata, thumbnails, and descriptions auto-generated, that's ecosystem lock-in. Multi-angle generation, if real, is a unique differentiator. Sora 2 doesn't have this. If Google ships it well, it's a killer feature for filmmakers. Google's ecosystem lock-in matters too. Workspace, Drive, Photos, Gmail. If you're already in Google's universe, VEO4 slots into your workflow seamlessly. Sora 2 is a standalone tool. VEO4 is part of a platform. One Reddit user speculated, VEO4 might or likely have less restrictions, insane physics rumored, and realism, and also 15 30-second clips of video generations and voice cloning and avatar you want to put in. If true, creative freedom could tip the scales. Where Sora 2 still leads, physics realism. Sora 2 keeps objects grounded in gravity and collisions. Lighting is accurate. Shadows move naturally. VEO3 struggles here. Unless VEO4 makes a massive leap, Sora 2 stays ahead on realism. Proven track record, Sora 2 is live. It's being tested by thousands of creators. Bugs are being fixed. Features are being iterated. VEO4 is still a rumor. Trust is earned through shipping, not promises. Faster iteration cycle. OpenAI ships updates weekly. Google ships updates quarterly. Speed matters in AI. If VEO4 launches with bugs, how fast will Google fix them? Here's what I think will actually happen. VEO4 can close the gap. If it ships with 15 30-second clips, multi-angle generation, improved temporal consistency, and avatar insertion, it's competitive. If it integrates with Gemini 3.0 for agentic workflows, it could leapfrog Sora 2 on creative automation. But far above Sora 2 level, that's hype. Google needs to prove it. Sora 2 is already out in the world, giving OpenAI a clear head start, and Google is still playing catch-up. The winner depends on 3 things: feature execution, pricing, and speed. But here's the bottom line. The real winner is us. This arms race means both tools will get exponentially better, faster. Sora 2 pushes Google, VEO4 pushes OpenAI. Competition drives innovation. A year ago, AI video generation was a novelty. Today, we're debating 30-second clips versus 20-second clips, multi-angle generation, and real-time editing. In 12 months, these tools will be indistinguishable from professional camera work. As Sundar Pichai said, using AI video tools will soon be as common as using Google Docs. We're watching that future unfold in real time. If Google ships what they're promising, the AI video race isn't about realism anymore. It's about intelligence, ecosystem integration, and creative automation. And if you want to stay ahead of every AI update like this one, grab the 24% discount on AI Master Pro, first 1,000 spots only. I will be testing VEO4 the second it drops, day one coverage, full feature breakdown, side-by-side comparisons with Sora 2. Subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss it. So what are you betting on for 2026? VEO5, Sora 3, Sora 4? Which leaked feature matters the most to you? Drop your prediction in the comments and see you in the next one.